It's been 3 weeks, I think,
It's
right?
been ages.
Yeah,
Well, two solid ones. Ah, it does, man. It feels like it's been
yeah,
forever.
been a
But
long time.
on that note, we're back in the Perspective Studios. You're in whatever god awful state you're in, and I'm in whatever god awful state I'm in. And it's Monday, so it's time for another episode of The Horrible Influence.
Hooray!
Yeah, I have been MIA, working night shift, and then I had fucking hand surgery, and then more night shift, and then I dicked up the recording
Yeah,
last
what
week
happened with that?
and didn't have enough time. I recorded before I went to sleep for the day, and then thought I posted it right, like it was done, and got up the next night to check it, or that night to check it, and there's nothing there. Like the file was uh, one something megabytes, like it
Oh,
nothing. There was
cool.
nothing there. And I was just like, oh, awesome. So I think you just clicked it, and it just brought up a title, and that was the end of it. So I didn't have enough time, obviously, to redo it, working 12s.
Oh, for sure, dude.
So that just ended for the week.
It happens. Well, obviously. Thankfully, that's only we made it 23 episodes before missing a week, but
For missing one. And you were, where are you at? Colorado?
yeah, I had to go to Northern California, and then I was there for like 4 days, and then drove from there to Colorado. I was there for about 4 days and flew back.
Doing a little Cruise America before you started school?
My mom bought her dad. My mom bought her dad's truck, so I flew down there to drive it out to Colorado for them because they just started working for the season, so they don't have any free
Oh,
time.
nice.
And it would take a fucking bomb to get them out of their house anyways, so there's that.
All the queers out in California. I need you to fly to Colorado and drive my car out, since you're doing fucking transport services.
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out it pays really well.
Yeah, it cost me 500 and something bucks to have somebody trailer it from Colorado to Wisconsin.
That's not bad.
I don't think it was too much.
Back when I had my Evo and I was in the Navy, my parents, after I had left for Japan, my parents had my car trailered from San Diego to Arvada, Colorado, and it was $600. And I was surprised how cheap that was.
Yeah, it's not horrible. I would expect more. I also fully expect that if I use them, that I'm going to get the car with no bumpers and
Yeah,
like
there's
the
that.
intercooler drug off the front, because the car sits an inch and a half off the
My
ground.
Evo
I don't
was
know, it's-
at stock height, missed the asphalt. I mean, it may be a different truck that yours is coming on, but it missed the asphalt by, fuck, man. Honestly, probably an inch. But I mean, that's real close to a bumper. Like, yeah, it's real close to ripping a fucking bumper off. So,
Yeah, and I'm afraid with the front end of mine already that low that they would just tear it off. So I've got like two options. Plane tickets are super cheap right now because we're fucking everybody on gas prices. So like a plane ticket's $160 right now to go, and then I could drive it back, or I pay them and I'm gonna have to have a buddy of mine take the bumpers off and try to wedge them in the car. That'd be the only option because I know it's gonna come back without one. That
yeah,
thing's- that's too low to the ground. But alas, I need it out here
man.
so
Is
I
it-
can do
wh-
things.
Where are you
with
gonna
it.
put it?
Hmm.
Well, where are you gonna? Oh, are you going to get it after you move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're sure as fuck
same
not getting
week.
it up that driveway that you, at the place you guys are living at now.
So when I first bought this car, I bought it. I deployed to Iraq. I re-enlisted, and they had a program going on where if you were E5 or above and you re-enlisted, they gave you like a $10,000 retention, tax-free one-time payment. And I got the money in my bank account, and the next day the car went to a guy in Panama City, and he put a Vortex supercharger on it, a Veilside body kit, and painted it Mercedes Diamond Black. And there was, boom, all of that entire paycheck. Like, it hit my bank account, and then the next day was just fucking gone. And I was like, totally worth it.
Sounds like your spending habits.
Yeah. So this was worth it. And so then I go to Florida, I pick it up, drive it to Colorado, get it there, and of course the tune doesn't run in Colorado, so instantly have to dump another $450 to put it on a dyno and get these guys to put a new tune on it for the altitude, because Colorado Springs like 7,100 feet. Then I drive it from there, like it hasn't even been to my house yet, and I pull up, and my driveway is not steep, it's pretty flat. It's just got like the regular lips that all of Colorado has for like the snow or whatever. Can't get in. Can't get in the driveway. So I can't park in the garage. It's just gonna like sit on my street.
Jesus, dude.
I was like, this car is impossible. But I sold it, and now I'm buying it back from the same guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So the next place that you're moving to, do you guys have a garage, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, it's I got a 2.5 car garage.
Oh, okay.
So
Damn. Jesus.
yeah.
Do you get like the entire garage for the place, or what's
Just bought the whole freaking thing. Give me the whole garage. He was like, right now I got my stuff in it, and I'm gonna rent it out for however much. And I was like, can I rent the whole garage? And he was like, sure. That'd be like $35 extra a month. And I was like,
yeah, I think I can
I'll do
swing
that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me go talk to my accountant.
So, yeah, I just went ahead and ganked the whole thing from him. That way I got room for crap.
Right on. Yeah, because
Now I just got to decide which car to sell, because I don't need two cars that I can't drive during the winter. So if anybody wants a Dodge Charger real low,
how about a
cheap.
motorcycle?
Oh, I'm keeping those. Don't worry about this. I can ride it during the snow.
Yeah, definitely. Just put a ski on the front tire, right? And then that.
Yeah. Just fucking scoot around. So, while we're on the subject of dumb shit that I do, I had a leak in the gas tank on my Harley. So I got the coating stuff you put inside of it. And if you guys have never done one of these, it's called cream, and you pour it in there and you stir the tank around, and the coating dries real quick. So you turn it one way and then you just keep spinning it, right? And then you let it sit for 10 minutes and you turn it some more, and it creates a new liner on the inside of your gas tank. So if it's rusted or it's got a crack in it or something, it fills it.
That's pretty rad.
Right, so I've got my tank. I just painted it. Thing's looking good. I've got it up there. I had turned it again, and I set it back up on the box, and I go inside to look up a new coil that I need for the thing. So I'm in there typing on the computer, and I hear the unmistakable sound of 4 feet of death coming on that fucking tank. And I go out there, and the whole side is just caved in. Like it fell off the top rack and just dive bombed into the ground and ruined the tank. So that was my day. I almost had a stroke. I just sat and stared at it for a while.
Did it fall off? Why did it fall off? It just fell off.
It was sitting there for 10 minutes, and then it fell.
Yeah, mice.
Dude, and I had it like I put foam up so I could set it on the foam so it wouldn't like shift or move, and I could turn it and like tuck it in these big foam blocks. I don't know, like I must have done something shitty to somebody, and I deserved a little bit of bad karma. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Jangus is mad at me, but yeah, when it happened, just stroke, because I knew what the sound was. Like, there's only one thing that makes the sound of my heart hitting the floor. It's my brand new fuel tank. Bong, and it's not even in a spot where I can fix it. It's like in the crown of the dome, just flattened it off.
Really?
It's useless.
That fucking sucks,
yeah, it's useless
dude.
to me. Yeah, turned a $200 tank into I don't think anybody even wants it for scrap. Like Melanie was like, "Can I keep it and paint on it?" I was like, "You can do whatever you want with it." That thing's dead to me. It's been nothing but trouble. I'm kind of like good riddance because I stripped it, painted it, and then it had a leak around one of the weld seams.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it didn't have a leak before, but it did now. And that weld seam, when I repainted it, I filled it up with fuel the first time, and just the paint, like, got, because it's satin, it just turned shiny and started. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I took my thumb and rubbed on it, and the paint rubbed off. It was fucking gasoline.
Oh, wow.
Seeping through. So it's been a pain in my ass, but now I wasted. I mean, that cream is like $40. You know, that I could have taken 220s and thrown them in a blender, and they'd been worth as much. Real good stuff.
Well, at least it'll be rideable by spring.
Yeah, because it snowed today.
Did it really?
So I'm not in any. Yeah. Saturday it snowed. Sunday, this is Milwaukee, way to buy. Saturday snows. Sunday was 60 degrees. Motorcycles out everywhere, sun shining. Today it snowed. High of like 34.
Jesus. It's been real weird. Colorado was real weird too. Like right before I showed up, it was 70 degrees. And then when like a day after I made it to Colorado, they shut down I-80 because the snow was so fucking terrible. And that's the one that goes like from California through Nevada, through Utah into Wyoming, and then you take 25 and that drops down into Colorado. But yeah, I-80 was closed. It was balls cold in Colorado. It was terrible. Meanwhile, back here in fucking Seattle, the Sunshine State, the sun's out and it's 70 fucking degrees outside.
Oh, it's the end of the world. Global warming.
Kiss your polar bears goodbye. Adapt or die. It's my slogan.
Oh, well, in light of that, let's hit some sweet science news for the day.
That's right.
Let's get on some topic here. The things I have are very, let's go political, but in a good way, not in like the I'm gonna try to convince you to murder Bernie Sanders and adopt Hillary as your love child, but in the ways that the National Cancer Institute, it's hard. This shouldn't be a joke. This should be serious, and I can't say it without smiling because of the picture they tied with it. Today, the National Cancer Institute named a blue ribbon panel of scientists to help guide Vice President Joe Biden ambitious $1 billion moonshot to cure cancer. And the picture is just like Biden fucking confused with his hand up, and I feel like they just got like a bunch of new grad medical students. They're like, yeah, it's part of your fucking internship, dude. You're gonna have to walk fucking baby Biden around and make him think that he's curing cancer. Just the blue ribbon panel of scientists. Like, oh my god, I know if you saw a picture of these guys, they would only be like 19, 20-year-olds.
So many.
Oh, Mr. Biden, that sounds like a great idea. Like, I feel like he's standing in front of this panel on a whiteboard. Like, what if we use tiny robots? They say radiation cures cancer. I know what we can do with all those shut down nuclear power plants.
Oh god, I just had a Batman versus Superman flashback. Sorry. So they're gonna spend $1 billion and
$1 billion,
and they're gonna get a shot that cures cancer, or sorry, an immunization.
Well, I mean, I don't know what their plan is. Literally, Joe Biden came out and said, "We're gonna cure cancer," and they were like, "All right, how?" And he was like, "I don't know. You got scientists.
You're the smart ones."
So he just put a deadline on it. Like, you're gonna cure cancer this year. Here's $1 billion. They're like, all right, here's 7 kids.
Kids, by the way.
I'm sure. I know that when they say the blue ribbon panel of scientists, you're getting Big Bang Theory. You're not getting Stephen
Cream
Hawking.
of the crop.
Yeah. I'm gonna feel like a real asshole if they cure cancer this year, but it's just his picture, man. Nothing about Joe Biden's face makes me think shit getting done.
Any sort of hope.
It says the NCI is spending $195 million on this effort, and Obama has requested $680 million for the National Institute of Health next year. The 28-member Blue Ribbon Panel, a working group of NCI's National Cancer Advisory Board, will have 3 co-chairs. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge, Tyler Jacks, who is the chair of NCAB,
You're welcome.
Johns Hopkins University. I had a buddy who used to smoke pot with Java. A cancer immunologist, Elizabeth Joffrey, and NCI active duty director, Dina Singer. So, those are your people.
Cool. I don't know any of them.
Nah, I mean, I don't assume anybody would have known or should know any of them, but it's just the Biden thing. Like I said, there's nothing funny about this if you don't stare at Biden's face while you read it.
I see it. Yeah, he looks fully confused. Yep. Nope.
Like, he's like, so cancer is cured? And they're like, no, sir, we just started. And he's like, all right, just
He's looking over at the guy, and the guy's like, no, fucking no, stop, turn around, abort.
Cancer's caused by
ISIS.
the gays. Yeah, ISIS. ISIS and the gays? No, sir, no gays or ISIS. I
Jesus
feel like it's
Christ.
ISIS.
It's the longest I've spoke since I've been vice president. I'm leaving. I'm not prepared for this.
Even his supporters in the background are confused. The one girl's holding the sign wrong.
It's upside down.
Oh, all right, Biden. Thank God he's in charge of cancer. I'm sure we'll all be
If
fine.
he can manage anything, it'll be the moonshot.
I'm hoping that Obama has the cure for cancer already, and then they're just gonna, like, when Biden gives up, he's like, I can't do it. He's like, are you sure you didn't do it, buddy? And, like, pull it from behind his ear. I did cure cancer. Yeah, you did. That's gonna be his bone.
So stupid.
Got to throw it to him. Joe Biden should have served his terms with Junior, because if you could have had the Bush and the Biden together in one little duo, that would have been fantastic. Because neither one of them had any clue what was going on, and they would have just kind of like dual gunned each other every day before they went on the air to say fucking nothing.
Yeah, it'd be like watching Anchorman. They both finish off a glass of whiskey, and they're like, all right, let's go. Or I guess scotch.
Scotch. I mean, it's Scotch whiskey, so I think you're all right.
Close enough.
What was the sweet thing you sent me earlier when you weren't doing your classwork?
Hey man, it was before school started. Fuck off. Is that beer that we got in Ohio?
It is. They sell it in Wisconsin now.
I, for some reason, didn't recognize the box. I recognize the can now, though. That's good. The hangovers aren't pleasant, but it's
no, yeah, good thing you got to
really
work.
gets in there and does the job. That's for certain.
11%.
So it was. I mean, did you read the article? Because my brain is simple, so. The title of the article is "Researchers just discovered a new state of matter," and yeah, they theorized that electrons can be split into two smaller pieces or many smaller pieces of themselves, between like 2 and 5 pieces of themselves. So then it becomes like 1/2 or 1/3 or 1/5 of the information. And those little guys are called anyons, anyons. And I guess it ties into quantum computing in that when they heat the electrons up and then drop them down to absolute zero, that's when they split. So when you look at them individually, when you look at the anyons individually, you don't know what the information is. Like, you need, if you were trying to make information with one anion, you need to know if it's a half or a third or a fifth or whatever percentage it is of the electron, and then you can pair it with other electrons that would eventually make an entire electron. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, but you can essentially mix and match anyons as long as they equal
A
a
whole.
whole. Yeah, and that's kind of where your quantum computing comes in, with it being able to be not only 0 but also 1 at the same time, because they both exist and they're both just next to each other. So it's just kind of, it is whatever you want it to be. Always.
Whichever way you position it, and when it comes back together, that would decide.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they're going to use that yet. I don't know if they even know from reading the article. It said, like, the end result of this is like a quantum jelly, and this ends up being little bubbles
Right.
in that fluid. So I don't know if they've even found a way to restructure them. I mean, the idea is nice, that if you essentially were to smash a bunch of marbles, you could put the marbles back together in any way and make new marbles. So you can make information very quickly because of how small
Yeah.
the segments of the data would be. But I mean, I know this was probably just some random stumble, but them talking about it being part of computing, I think, is a little bit cart before the horse, because we don't even know how very basic quantum computing actually works. Even when we think we've proven it to be working, the guys that made it were like, it just does stuff. Like, they don't.
Sure.
I don't
But
know.
I mean, following the description of quantum computing being brought down to like super cooled, and then the explanation of the quantum spin liquid being super cooled, that's a similarity between the two.
Right. Yeah. Everything with quantum has to go as close to absolute zero as possible, because that's when everything lays down into place. But I don't know. I tried to see where this would be like a beneficial thing, other than knowing that what we thought was a fundamental particle, an electron, is now divisible. So the idea that you can just keep going smaller and smaller and smaller, like when we said, like, this is the end. Like, when you get down to this is a fundamental particle, and now we know you can shatter that. So what happens when 5 years from now they go, oh, this anium, we found out you could shatter that and make teeniums.
Teeny, and then teeny tinies.
Then teeny
Really
tiniums after that.
Eums. Really
Yeah.
teeny tiniums.
I don't know. I wish there was, like, I wish you could get down
I hope they hire
and
us
eventually
to name them. That'd be
hit the bottom, and it just says, like, made in China.
under
Like,
construction.
this.
It's just a loading
Yeah.
screen. It's just the fucking YouTube buffering sign. This is it.
Like, oh,
The
shit.
end of the universe is
Life
under construction.
simulation.
Yeah. Port Alt F4. Fuck.
Oh, I'm afraid that's going to happen one day, that somebody's just going to get too curious.
Hopefully.
Like, what if?
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm curious.
I'm open for an explanation at any point in time.
I saw something the other day that I don't know if I kind of always knew it, but never really thought about it, that we don't rotate around the sun in like a flat axis.
Right.
We're in a vortex around the sun. The sun is basically a comet fucking shooting through space, going ridiculously fast. And we are caught in the tailspin kind of produced by that vortex. So if you imagine like a bullet shooting through like when it shoots through water or that jelly, and you can see the ripples come off the back of it.
Yeah.
We're basically the comet tail of a sun, and so they have like a 3D diagram that got posted up the other day that showed how this actually works, and it's incredible to view it like that, like as us being part of this violent tailspin of this basically giant fireball that is just vaulting through infinity.
That's
pretty,
so fucking
pretty
crazy.
gnarly. Yeah, if you haven't seen this little GIF, I'll try to find it and throw it up on the Facebook page, because it's kind of mind-boggling to think that we think we're still unstable, but really we are just hurling through outer space.
So fast.
so
fast.
so fast, which is why time travel is impossible.
In theory.
I go, well, if time travel was true, somebody would have already done it, right? Somebody would have already come back. But if you go back in time, and let's say you have to go off of space-time, like actual what we would consider 5 minutes, the Earth is a fucking million miles further in front of you. So if you hopped backwards now, you would just land in empty space. Because that fucker's still going. Like, it never stops. So even if you were to move through time, you would just end up where the Earth was. No way to predict, like, how you would hop back to this part,
What
to this point.
if you needed like a relay? Like you needed a little beacon, like a little pole that like held on to your soul, for lack of a better fucking word. So when you traveled forward or back, I'll explain this. This is just me fucking thinking about dumb shit. So if you had this device that would hold on to, like, it would, how to explain it? It wouldn't hold on to you, but it would ensure that you always ended up back at that location.
Back on that pod. So if you planted the pod and then waited 50 years, you could travel
back
in time to that pod.
Right. So then that would state that time traveling backwards is only possible up to the point that time travel was created. But everything before that is all fucking
inaccessible.
Right. So then everything in front of that is available. You can keep going forward as long as nobody sneaks into your base and destroys your pod. It's beginning to sound like a video game, but...
Well, yeah. No, I mean, I guess that would... If there was a way to anchor yourself, that would be the only way I could see it. Because there is no realistic way for me to comprehend being able to travel through time and land back on this rock.
Sure. And like, because
I mean, we think of Earth as like our ground,
right?
Like this is us, but really, this thing's just fucking whizzing. And there'd be no way. Literally, if I was to step out of Earth and leave the gravity, and stay there for however long, I'd have to leave the gravity of the sun, because that pulls us along relative to it. But if you could get into dead space, you could watch Earth and the sun and everything just kind of
just fucking
shoot
fly
away
by.
from you. Yeah. So to then go, okay, I'm going to go back 500 years. You'd get in your pod, and 500 years ago, the Earth isn't where you are yet. So you would just fucking freeze and die. And 500 years later, we're going to whack you with the Earth when we come by. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Melissa and I were talking about it before you and I got on Skype together. It's just crazy how little we know. How little we know, and how many people out there claim that they know exactly what the fuck is going on. No, don't worry.
No,
I have the answer.
I know.
Really, man? I think you're full of shit.
Jump off this cliff and you'll land on the spaceship that'll take you away.
Wear these shoes and drink this Kool-Aid, and you will be picked up by the aliens. You got it, boss.
Once again, I find a way to turn our science segment into just more depressing shit.
That's the reality.
Hey, kids.
Of it. And if you can't fucking just embrace that, then
I try to find happy stories, but every time it's like, time travel's not real, Jesus isn't real, the dinosaurs died a horrible death. Like, there's nothing good about any of this. You evolved from fishing monkeys. When you die, you're going to rot in the ground. Your grandmother's not in a better place.
Not me.
Like, it's just going to keep going on and on.
Melissa promised that she was going to shoot me out of a cannon. So that's good.
Are we talking about when you die, or are we just, like, next Saturday?
Well, whatever comes first.
All right.
I told her to, like, have them overpack the explosives, so it'll just be like a red mist that comes out the end of the cannon.
Oh, I hope you die before me. I will laugh until I shit my old pants. When there's just people standing around and it's just to splat. Just everybody screams in horror, and you just hear my old ass in the corner. That'd be the greatest day of my life.
Greatest day of mine, for certain.
All right, it's time to end this thing. Turn off the lights. Pull the fucking cord. I'm ready to go to the moon.
For the moonshot, obviously.
Yeah, for the cancer moonshot. Well, I promised that I had multiple fun things political, and this next one is a treat that you can play along at home. Go into YouTube and look up Cruz family outtakes.
Not doing it. I'm not subscribing to your antics.
You got to.
Keeping myself detached from this political fuckery that is occurring around us.
So in great political style that old Mr. T is into, Donald Trump released the unedited full video of Ted Cruz's newest commercial where he's like with his family, and his niece is like, my Uncle Cruz is like my best friend, and like he's with his mom, and he's like, you know, my mom prays for me every day, sometimes for hours. Oh, so someone kept the original, all of the raw footage.
Sure, Trump's got deep pockets. I'm sure that motherfucker was working for him from day one.
So they got like one of the shots where he goes, every day my mom prays for me, and she like turns and looks at him, and he goes, sometimes for hours, and she goes, and just kind of scoffs at him, and they're sitting around the table, and he's like, we should all join hands and pray, and like the one kid gives the are you fucking serious look to him.
When the fuck did we start doing this?
Yeah. And he is so committed. This is what makes it great, is he's committed to every take. So they're like, hey, you didn't hug your mom well enough. Let's hug her again and really try to get some feeling in it this time. And he like squeezes her and gives this like dumb like cheese smile. And his mom looks just fucking horrified. Like she is
over it.
doesn't want anything to do with it. Yeah, she's over the thing, and he's hamming it up. Like every time he's just bigger and more love, and his family's just tired of it. So the one girl goes, "My Uncle Ted is like my best friend," and then she looks at her brother, and he just like stares at the camera and goes, that one cuts. None of them can remember their lines. They're having to like tell him, like, say you love him this much or something.
Boy. Oh boy.
So, yeah, it'll make your day. Look up
I really
Cruise
don't
Family
think it
outtakes. I laughed. I laughed pretty hard. Also, on that same note, if you just want to feel American, look up the Donald Trump movie trailer. He made a commercial that's supposed to be like an action movie. Like, it's him going off on rants about, like, we will win and we'll keep winning, and then you'll hate it, but we'll keep winning. Because I'll never give up. It's fantastic. And then it's got, and this is a real commercial, by the way. This isn't like
Of course
satire.
it is. Of
And
course
it's got,
it fucking is.
He's got Hillary Clinton like barking like a dog over and over again on it. Like she did something where she was like something dogs, and she went arf arf. Well, he just cut that, and it's just like so you hear some dog barking, goes, "What is that, Hillary?" And then it's just her picture going arf arf over and over. This is the greatest political race
I'm so fucking
that you will
tired of it,
ever
dude.
see.
I'm so fucking tired. It's just going. It's all downhill from here.
It's the end. This, I fully believe, this is the end of this style politics.
I hope so.
It's people like, you have an extreme socialist that is the most sane person running. It can't keep going. Like, I don't care who wins. If Hillary wins, she's going to fucking kill everybody and sell us off anyway, so it won't matter. But if either one of the other two win, it's just going to crumble the system, right? Like, it's just not going to work. You can't be a psychotic billionaire that's just going to release every national secret. As soon as he figures out what's going on in Area 51, he's going to have a press conference. He's going to he's going to fuck everything up. It's going to be glorious, though. Don't get me wrong. I want to see it, so I'll probably vote Trump just to see this. The other side, if Bernie wins, really good intentions. That guy is way far the other way. Like, he truly believes that he's right, but it's just not going to work. And then it's going to be, I mean, they already got pictures of him driving around in an Audi R8. I don't know if you've seen these, but like, Phil the Burn is like cruising around in a $198,000 sports car, talking about, I ride the city bus. Yeah. So you can think that he doesn't take a salary and he doesn't have extra money if you want to, but he's rich just like everyone else, and that and his ideas, I think, are just as good-hearted as they are. They just won't work, and then I think that might crush him, and you might have the first presidential suicide when he realizes that he can't tax people.
You won't have to worry about that. He 1 week max from now. Like I think from now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it the race. So Hillary could win, and because she is Satan, she'll live through the entire term.
No doubt. No doubt.
But she'll kill all of us. So those are your three things. But no matter who wins, I think when next election term comes around, enough people are going to go, what? Enough is a fucking enough. Like, we can't have this again. That was fun. 2016, that was fun. No more. And you're going to have normal freaking candidates.
2020 will be the...
It's my prediction.
Oh,
2020, return to sanity.
There's a pun in there somewhere about vision becoming clearer. I can't get it out. So just play along at home.
Yep. Send your ideas for the 2020 vision ideas contest to horribleinfluence.facebook.com. No, I think that's what we're looking at. Is we're looking at the final downfall of a two-party system where you have to be batshit crazy one way or the other. And out of the ashes, one guy is going to go, look, a woman's body is a woman's body. Global warming is real, and you can't tax everyone into profit. And then people are going to go, oh,
that's
right.
The crazy
we'll
thing
elect that
to
guy.
me is that like everything has to be so fucking. It's like I am part of this party, therefore my thought process must be this. It's like because there's a lot of shit that I agree with on both sides. Like I would say that it's damn near 50-50. However, I am so opposed to the other 50% of pick a fucking side that I don't support that fucking side. So it's so stupid.
I think it's a ploy. I think that is a ploy to do this because I firmly believe that 90% of Americans, maybe 80% of Americans have got to be that way. Everyone you and I know may say that they are firmly Democrat or firmly Republican, but if you bring up one of the fucking crazy people issues, they're always like, "Oh, you can't have it all." Like they have to concede on
justified,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, they have to say that, or they have because Donald Trump, who had a fundraiser for pro-choice, is now all of a sudden pro-life. He could have ran the middle road, but he knows that like today. Oh, by the way, today is like Feel the Burn in downtown Milwaukee. Bernie Sanders is here.
Oh, right on.
They're having conventions. Tomorrow, I got to go vote, I guess, on people to do things.
Oh, is it state or is it like the caucus or whatever?
Well, it's got it's the caucus vote and it's got state elections, so you're doing judges and shit like that. But no one I know is going.
No.
Or knew that it was happening. But if I turn on the television, there's a bunch of people down there. I've met one person that went to a rally, and
I mean,
that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I don't want to talk shit about the guy, but I mean, I don't trust him as far as I could throw him when it comes to anything. Like, he's the guy that it's like, oh well, I'm really not gonna. Your political views are probably based on what you heard on Fox News, and that's about it.
Sure.
I don't think any of your middle-of-the-road normal Americans are going to either one of these freaking rallies.
I mean,
what's voter turnout in America? Less than 50%?
I hope so. I hope it gets real close to zero to when they're just like, oh, I guess nobody's like, well, the WNBA is more successful than voting these days, so maybe we'll cancel the WNBA and hopefully we'll pick up some fucking voters. I can't, like you said, I can't see it continuing on this way. And I agree with you. Like, I don't think no one that I know participates in this shit in any other way but Facebook.
And even if you...
And it's only like a handful that participate with Facebook.
Even if you believe strongly enough to vote, because I'm going to try to decide and vote on someone.
Cthulhu.
I believe a lot of people do, but Cthulhu for president. I cannot believe that they believe the 100% ideology stuff. Like, there cannot be that many people that still go, global warming, fake. Like, it can't be.
I bet 50% of the company that you work for believes that.
I work with morons.
I bet actually, I would bet 75% of the company that you work for believes that. I can name two right now. But
I promised myself I wouldn't talk shit about the people I work with anymore because they all listen to this podcast.
I fucking promise you those two don't. They're the ones that don't pay for internet.
Hello,
and they
boys.
go home and have to they feed their pet rats.
But
fucking sit in their living room, revving their Harley engine, watching fucking Fox News, screaming and shooting fucking rounds in the air. Yee-hoo!
Sounds like what I do.
Make
on the weekend.
America great again.
God, it's a good catchphase, though, isn't it?
No.
Ugh,
It's
it
so
resonates.
it's
Make America
they
great
went to a
again.
fucking kindergarten class and they're like, we need to sing, and the first kid that raised his hand was like, America's good, and they're like, nope. And then the next kid was like, America's great, and Trump was like, it used to be, and then he just walked out.
I like
Take
it.
full
I
credit for
like
that.
it. I like it. I like it. Make America great again.
So shitty.
I had somebody on my Facebook page post. They were posting like some pretty good Donald Trump stuff, you know. I was like, "This is funny. I'm gonna post this. Like, this is a good. This will get people mad at me again. I'll repost this." And then their next post was like, "I believe in God's view of marriage between a man and a woman. Share if you don't agree with homosexual tendencies." I was like, "Oh, I gotta delete you now." And you were giving me such good material. You just gotta go.
Oh boy. It's incredible to me that it's 2016 and there's still a group of people that is positive that a gay man might run up behind them and fuck their butt when they're not paying any attention. It's like they're not gonna come get you, buddy. Like they do. Knock it off.
There's something wrong with you if you worry that much about it. I personally don't think about gay dudes
All
ever.
the time. Yeah.
Never, like I don't sit around and go, God, I wonder what those queers are doing. Like,
Yeah, that's an
I'm like,
obsession. That's like,
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it is 100% obsession
It's
with
like-
them. It has to be because they were like, "What do you think about gays getting married?" I'm like, "Are they allowed to or not allowed to?" Like, I don't know.
yeah.
Are they? Did that pass? And they're like, it's constitutional law now. I'm like, all right, like it doesn't affect me in any way.
Nope.
I didn't notice.
You're not gonna wake up married one morning. Oh shit.
Oh shit! But they have what was it? The Mormon Church that spent millions of dollars on Prop
Fucking
8.
sounds about right.
They like rode over their horse and buggy with their entire fucking extended
I
family.
don't think that's them, but that's all right.
That's
They went
whatever.
over there with their
might as
19
well
wives. That's how they roll.
Yeah. And the church actively fought to block the legalization and won to block the legalization of gay marriage in the state of California a few years ago. There were many people that were paid by a church to do nothing but worry about homosexuals. That's fucking bananas to me, man. What do you do for a living? I worry about queers. That's seems pretty gay. No, man, it's the opposite of gay. I search the internet for homosexual behavior on a daily basis. It sounds gay. You're not understanding me. It's by the church.
These are all my
Even
notes.
gayer.
He pulls out just like banker's boxes full of just gay porn, just assholes. And
Like that Phil Robertson dude, and his quote was, I'll probably dick it up a little bit, so we'll just go like kind of quote was, I don't know how a man can look at another man's asshole and find it more attractive
I'm pretty sure you
than
worded
a
that
woman's vagina.
better than he did. So we're all on board.
And the only thing I could think of when I heard that he had said that was he had to sit around and imagine
Yeah.
that. Because you wouldn't know what to compare
Yeah,
that
he did
to
like he
unless-
did like a Venn diagram of like assholes, pussies. It's like
He did like a hot or not. Just thumbs up or thumbs down. Like,
swipe left. No assholes for this guy.
yeah. So if you're listening to this and you are a hate monger, just know that you're probably bearing some deep, dark obsession with going to, I don't know, name a dirty establishment with fucking doorknob holes in their bathroom stalls. Because you're gonna have nightmares about that
Pound
tonight.
Town, I
They
think,
both,
is the.
oh, they wake up in cold sweats, just Ryan Gosling.
Why does my thumb smell like poop?
Oh, woo! We went from Ted Cruz to the gay agenda real quick.
Weird.
That links. It's not that hard to
Yeah,
make.
remember that one
What
time?
did he do? Did he bang a bunch of hookers or something? What was the
Cruz?
last thing?
I
Yeah,
have no idea,
something
man.
I glazed over that one. I try to catch all the funny shit that happens, but there's just so
There's too much. Yeah. It's too much.
The video where someone deleted Trump's nose, and it's just his eyes and then his mouth right afterwards. Oh, it's incredible.
He keeps making his fucking face. Yeah, just like took out that middle section of his face. It looks. He looks like a fucktard to begin with, but god damn does he look fucking stupid after that, dude. Which I mean, in his defense, anybody would look real stupid without a nose, but those faces
I
that he
might have a
makes.
heart attack on this one. It's that. I don't even know how to describe it. It's that bullshit. It's like his bullshit face. Like, I didn't say that. And it just deletes out his nose and does it over and over again. I absolutely love it. I stand by it. This is the best campaign run that has ever been.
Uh,
I gotta take a breather.
yeah.
Before you ready to move on to a little video game?
Yeah.
Unless you got another science
there's
bombshell.
one more. That I mean, just to go along with the politics thing. Do you remember who Andrew WK is?
No.
He wrote that song. What the fuck is it called? Party something. It's like that. Let's get a party started. Let's get a party started. Let's get a party started. Everybody party hard. Like that fucking song. And it's
All right.
a party anthem or something. No, that's LMFAO. Fuck, I don't remember. Either way, Andrew WK started the Party, which is a fucking a political campaign or a political party called the Party. So evidently it's not a joke, so that'll be my vote just because it's Andrew WK.
I was gonna say, do they have somebody on the ballot that we can actually vote for?
Andrew WK.
Oh, he's the
Yeah.
okay.
He will be your.
When you said he started the party, I didn't know if he was. Oh, he's Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie.
That was the name of their fucking that movie that they made. Yeah. Movie film for theaters, the soundtrack. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah.
He gained some weight.
Dude, quite a few years.
Yeah, I remember him from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The party is absolutely real. For a long time now, I've pondered about the possibility of somehow getting involved in governmental politics. But I wanted to find a way to participate without compromising my celebratory philosophy or getting sucked into a whirlpool of traditional political career ambitions. All right. Party.
Get there.
Yeah, vote for Andrew WK or McAfee.
Old murdering.
Yeah, he only
McAfee.
killed one person.
Yeah,
so.
that's the silver lining for that one. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready to move along if you are.
The video game segment for this week, I would like to discuss, after many hours now, The Division.
The math.
I can't seem to get you to get on and play ever because you've been swallowed up by that new game. which I'm sure we'll get to here in
Oh,
a minute.
yes.
But Devin jumped on. I was a little late to the game because I was out and
Sure.
about. And Devin jumped online the weekend I had my surgery and got me up to level 30.
Nice.
And doing so, I was able to progress onto the Dark Zone, where I then had to grind once again from level 0 to level 30, because if you are less than level 30, you can't do
Can't do
anything.
shit. And all of your time there is essentially wasted. It's a weird like conundrum because it's a waste of time to go there before you're 30, but then once you're 30, it's a waste of time until you're 30. So it's almost like waiting until you're 30 is as pointless as leveling them up side by side as you progress. And they're both equally
Right.
pointless, but you have to do either one or the other. Sorry, go on.
And well, that is 100% true. That doing one and then the other just is it. It's so horrible that you go like all the way up to where you're this powerful, like you don't fear going into any mission. When I played with you guys, it was a joke. One bullet put me
Right.
down. I was like level 8 when I started playing with you. You were 30, so we were getting level 26 guys, and it. I had to just hide behind everything. Well, I did that with Devin all night, and went from level 9 to level 30, and then I was able to venture out. The problem I found with the game, and I still really like it. So before people think that I'm just bashing another game, I like the game. The problem is by the time that I've reached level 30, which is the beginning point basically for the game, that's when you can go out and you can beat any level and you can venture wherever you want to go, and you can now unlock Dark Zone gear when you're level 30 in the Dark Zone. You're kind of tired of the fucking game.
That's I I I mean their DLC's coming out real soon, isn't it? I think that's what they're
Yeah.
afraid of. I think they may have realized that the repetition is a little too fucking repetitive.
Why do you have to be level
You
30?
remember that one time that Ubisoft made a game that wasn't repetitive?
No.
Fuck, dude. Like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, all of those open world games, it's just like you're just doing the same thing in a different part of town.
I
They need arenas. I believe that they need arenas. Like they need something that pulls in like a like even if it just like adjusts the settings so like a Counter-Strike mode or where you're like not I mean not by title but like a fucking mini game that you can go into with like 8 versus 8 and you have to defend a position or just to fucking pull a couple pages from Counter-Strike like rescue hostages, defend hostages, or like destroy a bomb site or bomb a bomb site or protect a bomb site, whatever. Like there needs to be something that pulls in like some competitiveness because I feel like the Dark Zone is just causing people to like just turtle up. Just I don't know.
I have to. I have now went from loving the idea of just matchmaking with random people. I've had a couple of good experiences with just going to matchmaking, hitting DZ, and as long as I join someone else's group, it tends to be okay. When I was the group leader, the guys were like, "What are we doing?" And I was like, "We're leveling up. Like I'm level 18. Like I need to level up. So I'm just running to the one point on top of that gas station that I know I can sit and just pick off groups of cleaners on one side and groups of gangbangers on the
Oh,
other.
that's smart.
And I can just keep doing that. And then
That's got to be
I've
boring
just
as
got-
shit, though. That's a smart way to
Super
grind
boring.
it out, but that's fucking turbo boring.
yeah, and that was I jumped 15 or 18 levels in one sitting. So if you're going to play this game, I highly suggest it. You go through the far right of the bottom doorways into DZ. When you get through, you hang a right, and it's going to it's marked as a special location on the map, and it says abandoned gas station.
For sure.
And you can crawl up, and when you get onto the roof, then you can crawl onto a billboard sign, and from the corner of the billboard sign, there's 2 spawn points I found for 2 groups of guys. The smart way to do it, the way that you get it the fastest, is when there's nobody around. So if you happen to be playing at 5 in the morning like I was the other day, jump up, run out, shoot a flare, and then run back across the street and get up there. Even though you don't have anything to send off,
Oh,
the
because
flare
it'll
always
cause the
gets
NPCs
the guys,
to spawn.
yeah.
Right on.
Oh, yeah. And they spawn from both sides, and they spawn a bunch
That's
of
smart.
them. And I sit up there until I run out of ammo. And there's a door right there to escape. So you just got to run 1 block over to get
Sure.
to the far right door. So once I shoot and kill everybody, I jump down and I run back out, go get more ammo, and come back. But it is just grinding. And I was sitting there playing, and I find myself going, all right, I could go on for a couple hours and rank up today. I'm not looking forward to playing the game. I'm looking forward to getting high enough level that I can go play the game, and then I'm worried that I'm just not going to want to fucking play it once I get there. Because once I reached level 30, I made myself go back, it was the day before yesterday, and do some of the daily missions.
Oh, yeah. You get better
The
gear out
gear
of it?
I got was garbage.
Yeah.
I got absolute dog
I haven't
shit.
run any of the dailies yet. Granted, I haven't been playing for a while. I think I'm like 21 in the Dark Zone or some shit like that. But
I'm 22. I still haven't made 30 in there. But the dailies I thought were supposed to give you some awesome piece of gear, and everything has been lower than the measly gear that I've picked up so far in the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone gear is so much better.
dude, yeah, especially when you get, like, I was mobbing around with Devin, and it was essentially what you were going through when you were in the normal area with us, and him and I were running around the 31, and then eventually we got lost and fucking ended up in the 32 area where there was no hope. But that level 30 to 31 jump in the Dark Zone is fucking brutal. Like, those guys get real tough real quick, and the gear gets exceptionally better, but
that's what I mean. You can't play any of that. I haven't even seen the rest of the Dark Zone, because if I go out there, I get fucking murdered. And if I don't get murdered by an NPC, I'm for sure getting picked off by another player. Oh my god, dude, I just was screaming at somebody online the other day, and he was full on Japanese. So it didn't matter. I was like, you fucking cunt. I'm just trying to level up. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Just like screaming in the mic. And he's like, and I was like, doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. So mad. Like, I was probably level 7 at the time, and I'd just gotten, like, I got a rare scarf. So now I have more. Why there's so many scarves in this game? And then I got like some knee pads, and I ran over and was like, I'm going to send them away so I can get some experience. And this dude just hop, 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 bang. Took my shit. I didn't even want my shit. When I respawned, I came out and it was all still sitting there because it's garbage. He's down at the very bottom level. He knows the gear's trash, but he's just making me pick it up and try to launch it 3 times while he runs down there and pop. Kills me again. I was like, you bastard. He went, if you go Notorious or whatever it's called. Rogue.
Oh, you become infamous.
It has like a count. Oh, yeah. It turns, so he has like a gold rogue symbol and was just hop, hop, bang.
Just
and
rogue as fuck.
There's dudes just killing everybody because he was, I don't know what level he was, but he was way down at the very bottom.
Yeah, he's probably fucking capped on gear and was like, me bored.
Yeah, he went down there to the
racist. Sorry to all of anybody. Sorry to everybody that was offended by that.
He goes down to the door to the entrance to the fucking baby zone. This is the kiddie playpen, right? Like, this is the first door that you're allowed to go through to the Dark Zone. People are crawling in there that are like level 9 in the regular world, and they're level 1 in the DZ, and he's just hand cannon, pop, pop, bang, drops him on the ground, and he runs away. He killed me. I was like, I'm going to kill this dude. Like, I have good gear. Like, I'm a level 30 out there. I've crafted pretty decent gear. This thing's a 14,000 hit point rifle. Like, I've got this. And I wasn't leaving a dent. Like, I'd get a few rounds off and drop him 1 health bar, and then he'd finally get a good shot off on me, and it just dropped me. Boom. Instant. I was like, God damn it. And my pride wouldn't let me stop, so I did it over. I made this dude a lot of points because I would respawn and then run right back out, and most of the time he'd shoot me right there. But every now and then I'd make it to the van, and I'd shoot pop shots around the corner and throw grenades until he'd get me. And it was me, and eventually more people noticed because he was gold. I'm sure he got people from way up north.
Yeah, I'm curious how far
down.
that like fucking broadcast to.
I think if you go that high, it's probably board wide. It's got to be.
I mean,
because there was a ton of people when I died. Like the last time and came back out, there was just people on the ground lobbing grenades, and dudes were just running up. So I'm pretty sure they booked it from way far somewhere
just looked
else.
like the original cover of Doom 2 with like the Marine standing on a mountain with a bunch of fucking imps trying to fucking kill him.
He was just sitting up on top of a scaffold with apparently limitless ammo. I don't know how he could stay up there that
Asians
long,
are just
but
better at video games than us, man.
they're just so much better. Yeah, you fucking god, I'm just trying to level up. And young part time, all right, how are we? I was like, oh, damn it, I can't even insult you. Like, even your language sounds like math. I can't compete with that. But that's the Division. So
That's pretty much sums it up.
come play with me. What is the
Fucking Stardew Valley?
the Harvest Moon
Jesus, dude.
remake that you're playing?
It's a ton of fun. And the time goes by so quickly that you're constantly like there's so much shit to do and so little time that like every day is just like a fuck. So there's never a reason to stop playing the fucking game. So it just consumes all of your fucking time, dude. And I showed it to Melissa the other day, and she got into it. So her and I were switching off like every 2 days or whatever. In game.
I know you wouldn't even come play freaking Rocket League with us.
Well, yeah, her and I were sitting here at the computer playing Stardew Valley.
Farmville. We were playing Farmville on Facebook.
It's so much better.
It's real addictive.
But yeah, you have a farm, and I don't know if you played Harvest Moon back in the day, but it's pretty close to that. But there is combat. There's a cave that you can go into, and the cave randomly generates, so that's neat. You go kill. There's little slimes, of course. It takes. I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say it takes a page from Minecraft, but it really doesn't. Slimes are around way before Minecraft was. But yeah, there's like little bugs and dumb shit in there, and you can join the Adventurers Guild. And yeah, you just killing stuff gets you points. Growing shit gives you points. Selling stuff is good for you. You can level up all of your, like your mining, your gathering, your farming, your foraging, your foresting.
So it's all the grind of the Division without the payoff of being able to shoot
with
someone.
like a lot of chaos sprinkled in, because like I said, there's just not enough time. We just got our chicken coop built last night, and we don't have any chickens in it yet because I had to go to bed and be a responsible adult. And
This is a person's real life. You're playing Farm Simulator, and there's some asshole farmer that has to get up tomorrow and feed his actual chickens.
sure,
And go sell his actual crops. This is a fun game
but
for
they
you.
have to buy
All
my
right.
crops. They have no fucking choice, so it's much easier for me.
Subsidized farming.
Yes.
Feel like that's a thing already.
No, it's
Let me know when they start
fucking
paying
fun.
you not to grow the crops.
Due time.
No, that's cool, man. I'm bummed out that you don't come over and play.
Well,
Devin
mean, is
was
a basketball
like,
thing?
he's being a real asshole later. He was like, he's been a real asshole lately because he's been playing that game. He said he couldn't get you to come out either. We just
He
keep
didn't
knocking on
he
your
didn't
door.
even fucking ask me, so he can go fuck himself.
I think he was talking about maybe the day before or something. But yeah, we played. Holy crap!
Is the
Till
basketball?
4 in the morning? No, it's not
Oh,
out
okay.
yet. I think it comes out like the 15th. I'm really looking forward to the basketball. That's why I got to brush up my skills on the regular
Sure.
game. I haven't played in a while, and it was a lot of fun to go back and play. We played until we got drunk and fucked up enough that
You had to stop.
Devin he'd wait because it was just us two, so we'd get someone else on our team, some
Yeah.
random, and he would just say the worst shit
Sure.
to him
Yeah.
and blame them for everything. And then one guy, I forgot what happened, but I was fucked up, and I was just kind of wandering around the screen, and we lost a point, and then he goes, "That's why you stay in the back when you're in the rear spot or whatever." He like typed it out. I was like, "Okay, buddy, let's see how this goes for you." And for the rest of the game, I just speared him, like knocked him around the course, wouldn't let him get to the ball. He's like, "Why are you fucking with me, Snowflitzel?" And I was like, "Oh, you are mine now. This is my own." I was like, "I want this to not be enjoyable
This is the
for you
game
for
that
the
I'm
rest of
playing
the night."
now. You go ahead and try
Yeah.
and play Rocket League.
So Devin's just laughing on the other end, and he's still trying to hit the ball, and then you just see me just slamming it everywhere. So I would go, "Devin, where's he lined up at?" And he was like, "Oh, he's right to your left." So as soon as it would go like 3, 2, 1, I just hard left it and boost. Like, as soon as it would say 1, I'd just go wham, hit him off the side. Oh, it was, God, that was a lot of fun for me. I was just laughing and drinking and spilling
That's
shit.
about That's Rocket League. It's
That's Rocket
it's so
League.
much fun. I haven't played it in a while, but
Still good, and the basketball section's coming out.
somebody just
Ooh,
knocked on our door. Or maybe not.
this is how you get murdered.
Yeah, I guess this is the end. Somebody knock, sweetheart?
They just decided to spazzo.
I thought I heard a knock. I don't know. Alfie's having a fucking meltdown, though.
What else we got for new releases? Anything?
Yeah, sorry.
what do we have for
Sorry,
new
back-
releases?
We're back. Sorry.
And we're back.
Dark Souls 3
Dog.
comes out April 11th. I don't know if you're into those games at all, but I'm pretty jazzed for it. It'd be a lot of fucking fun. Graphics look super clean on it.
That'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see what PlayStation does with that 4.5 thing.
You know,
Supposedly, it is confirmed now at the the developers convention, DevCon.
yeah.
They
GDC.
they brought it up quite a bit. Yep.
It's super interesting to me. Like, I was reading a fucking review about these headphones that I have because it's almost become like a hobby of mine because I hate them so
Yeah,
much.
I've noticed.
So
That's your version of gay
it was-
marriage.
yeah, I
It's
just
your
obsess over what positive shit people say about these headphones. So at some point, I managed to get all the way back to 2012, and somebody's comments were, "Oh, you know what it was? Amazon sent me an email asking me if I could answer questions that somebody had posted on the forum about these headphones because I wrote a review. It essentially said,
And you were like, "Yes,
don't
I
fucking
can."
buy them." And the person's question was, does this work on consoles? So, I mean, I did what any human would do, and I fucking Googled it. And that's when this person's comment popped up, and that these headphones don't work on consoles. And this kid's I keep saying kid, this person's response was, you guys should make these headphones work on consoles because PCs are a dying breed. Fast forward 4 years, and consoles are doing everything they can to make themselves into a fucking PC.
Right, because they're getting left behind. This last generation of consoles, we've talked about it before. The last generation screwed the pooch. They were behind the curve, and they are not capable. Like, they're still trying to decide if 4K gaming is possible while I can game in 4K right now.
It's interesting, like how successful the 360 and the PlayStation 3 was, and then now the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are just a fucking fizzle compared to those consoles.
PC gaming is taken off. I think they ran into the issue where they waited just a little bit too long for the Xbox One, and people that like, how long did the Xbox 360 run?
What was it? Was
8 years?
I thought it was 7. I could be wrong though. It was the
So-
longest console generation though, right? Like, okay.
Right. And I feel like people, while they sat still, PC was able to just jump and jump. And you saw stuff like the mechanical keyboard made a big comeback. And then you start seeing little niche add-ons for computers, monitor prices for these huge flat screens just started dropping in price in that same time frame. So whereas your computer monitor, to get a decent monitor, was so expensive when the Xbox 360 came out, that your Xbox 360 was the only reasonable option. And like you said, you fast forward just a few years, 4 or 5 years after that, now I can get like this AOC that I bought for $200, and it's, just 27-inch and things a half an inch thick.
Yeah.
And I've got you can go extreme gaming setups for $1,000, and you can go reasonable gaming for $500 or $600. That was light years beyond the 360. And I think people started transitioning over to that. And then when the Xbox One released, a lot of people had already made the decision to switch. And then when the Xbox One wasn't everything it was supposed to be, guys like me who held out and was going to stay console and then got an Xbox One and then didn't play any games on it. And now I play solely on a PC, which has only been in the last year. And I can't imagine going back. Like, I don't know what a console would have to be.
I think a big thing that happened
For me to go back.
Just you talking about it is the only thing that I can think of is the I'm a total tard for words tonight. The console specific titles, like Gears of War is only on Xbox, Uncharted is only on PlayStation. It used to be that those games were like, there were so many that like you had to get it to play those games, but now there's so few of them. And I'm not saying the quality of them has gotten bad. I'm not saying that the new Gears of War is bad or the new Uncharted is bad. It's just the quantity is so low that there's one fucking game is not going to justify getting a console. Like, I mean, you know how often I talked about getting a PlayStation 4, but the only fucking game that I could get it for was Bloodborne. There's no way that I'm going to spend, I mean, at the time it was $350 or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know how much they are now.
Yeah,
$290.
$350 plus $6, so you're looking at $410 to play one game.
I'm good. Yeah, no, I'll pass.
You're $100 off from having a decent gaming computer. I mean, iBuyPower puts crap together that's super cheap, running like GTX 560s or whatever it is. Like they're nothing amazing, but you can play. And then Steam, holy crap, has Steam just turned PC gaming into the easiest thing you can imagine. Oh, here's your summer sale where you can buy the same game that you can get on Xbox One for $60 for $19.
Right.
and here's a 20 games for a nickel. Like
Yeah,
they always
crazy
have.
bundles, all that shit, dude.
Oh my! I got, and I buy bundles that I don't need. I bought every Quake game ever made because it was like
Yeah,
40
'cause fuck it,
bucks.
why not?
I was like, yeah, why not? Like I'll just have them. Why not? So whereas my Xbox One can handle, and the hard drive size, that is a major killer for me. I got to keep deleting games off of my Xbox One if I wanted to put a new one on. If I buy a Steam game and it sucks assholes, I can return
Yeah,
it. Instantly return
that's yeah.
it. Sorry, PC, like or consoles, like you are too late to the party. Like you're trying to do that with the Xbox Live subscription, where you get one free game a month, but your hard drive can't download it, so you got to just get it and then hope later on you expand. I don't know why 500 gigs can go so little with an Xbox One game, but I still don't have 500 gigs worth of shit
That's
on
what
my
I don't
computer.
I don't. I'm glad you brought that up because I don't get it. Like people complain about their hard drives being full constantly, and I don't have that problem, and I don't get it. Like why does the console hard drive just fill the fuck up so fast? And then the
It's like 4 regular titles. I think it's what I have on there, 4 or 5, and then that's it. And it's not enough that I can say, well, I'm never going to play that again. Like I got rid of Titanfall long before I wanted to get rid of Titanfall.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of games that I would still like to play. So the other
that game was
day,
a monster. The game was huge.
yeah, Melanie got Dragon Age Inquisition, and because it was on sale, and it was a decent sale, where you got every expansion, everything, the complete deal, right? For I don't know, it was $20. So I got her that, and she really enjoys the game. But that meant that Grand Theft Auto 5 was gone, and Halo was gone, and not that I ever play them really anymore, I guess, but that's probably one of the reasons why I don't play it, because it's not as fast as PC to download. I don't know why it takes so much longer to install games, if it's just their servers or what, but 20 gigs.
That's the nutty thing too, is that it's running off of it's running off of Windows. Your computer's running off of
It
Windows.
should be just as
What
fast.
in the
Yeah, it
fuck
should be
is
just as
going
fast.
on?
But if I go into Steam and I get a 19 gig game, I've got to wait 30 minutes to play it, maybe, before it's up and running. Whereas it's a fucking 5-hour process on my Xbox.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I don't get it.
The hardware, it was just too little, too late. People were able to see what PC can do, and then I think they were just genuinely not impressed with the new generation. They sat there and argue about who was more powerful, PlayStation or Xbox, and it turned out that fucking neither was powerful enough to compete with so many companies popped up. iBuy, what is the other
iBuy's
one?
been around for quite a while.
Yep, they've been around for a while, but there's a new one that makes those green and black machines, and they custom build them. You can get them no credit. You pay weekly, and you can have this monster gaming computer. That's appealing to a lot of people.
It's probably going to come in waves, man, because it's just like when Alienware and Falcon Northwest popped up, and then they all got. I don't know if Falcon Northwest got purchased, but Alienware got purchased by Dell, and then Dell replaced their XPS brand with Alienware, and then the ass fell out of PC gaming, and then the consoles were the only way to go. And if you bought a PC, you were wasting your money. And then all of a sudden, it became super fucking easy to build your own computer, and then. Like those companies didn't make any money anymore. As soon as people realize that it all you have to do is plug everything in and hit the action button, then it's like, fuck it, I'm not going to spend 1,200 bones for you assholes to build it because your case looks like an alien head.
Yeah. The laptop deal is the only thing I think is still pertinent. Gaming laptops, that's where all of their money should be spent in R&D. MSI is I think very profitable, and it's because they're making like upgradable
That's
laptops with
which is
mechanical
super fucking
keyboards
cool.
and
Because I mean, that's a huge complaint about a gaming laptop, right? Is once its life has reached its end, then it's not throw a new chipset in it and then it's good. It's throw it in the fucking dumpster and buy a new one.
yeah, a gaming laptop is $2,000 brand new. For a cheapie, really, that's a cheapie. Like you can get up very expensive, um, $3,000-4,000 for a gaming laptop. And I like the one I got that I kick around. I got it for six hundred
You got it for a
dollars at
fucking
a pawn
steal,
shop.
yeah.
It was a year and a half old. You can still buy it on Amazon for like $2,600.
Damn, that's killer.
And but that's so laptops they do expire, but you can go get one for $600 or $700 that's a year or two old. And that thing, I mean, mine still runs. It runs Battlefield and Call of Duty and all that. Just at a, it can't run it on Ultra or nothing.
Well,
It runs
yeah. What does that put the quality at? Fucking Xbox One level graphics.
right. Yeah, exactly. It still looks as good as my Xbox One.
That's that. Like you said, they compare PC and Xbox or PlayStation and Xbox, and then it's like, what? Well, hold on. Like, what about this?
About this thing that I got at a pawn shop that I can carry around with me. It costs the same amount of money, and it does everything. It's a fucking computer with the badass keyboard
Right.
and fucking subwoofer in the bottom of it. And
Meanwhile, PlayStation
mine's-
has this saying. Oh fuck! What was their slogan? For a little bit, it only does everything. But but dude, the big one.
doesn't do anything well,
Right.
but it does everything.
Yeah, it does everything middle of the road. The crazy
Right.
one for me was when you got Phantom Pain, and you were super stoked about like you were all into like your like watching benchmarking videos and all like you'd sit
Yeah.
there watching computers or watching videos about how cool computers were instead of actually using your fucking computer. But that like the rendering distance and the quality of graphics for Phantom Pain from Xbox
Yeah.
One, PlayStation 4 to PC was fucking nutty. Like PlayStation 4 looked good, but PC looked fucking amazing. PC looked like
And
Afghanistan. That's what it looked like. It looked, yeah. When that fucking dust
Well,
storm blows in,
a
and
lot
shit,
of people
it's so
get
crazy.
that. The rendering distance is a thing that I think a lot of people miss. Is a lot of times gaming magazines are real bad about this. They will put a picture of Solid Snake up, right, and then they will give you his face and then 3 lines, and it'll say like, "This is Xbox One, this is PC, this is PlayStation 4," right? And you're comparing him.
Oh, I gotcha. Like his face is split
The-
into thirds, and like each one is.
Right.
I gotcha.
And when you're looking at something that close, they all look really good. What you're not noticing is that you can count 6 handrails back from him on Xbox One before they turn blurry. You can count 8 on PlayStation, and you can see every handrail to the back of the building, all of the wave individual action, and the fact that there's an actual another platform 20 miles
Right.
away lit up with individual lights on PC. It's the distance that it renders that makes all
And
of the
it's
distance,
such a
like all of the
dramatic
difference.
jump. Like you said, it goes from 6 rails to 8 rails to 30 fucking miles, and it's such a fucking. It's not even comparable.
And they never. I don't know if it's just hard to show that or what, but
It's people's feelings.
they always put it. They're like, oh look, it doesn't look that much better. You're right. That very close rendering. The PlayStation has the ability to render beautiful graphics right in front of your face. Same thing with Xbox. The thing that PC can do that they cannot do is render beautiful graphics for what
Everywhere?
feels like
Right.
endless. It just the worlds feel endless when you're in them, and that is something that you do not find in a console. Especially with like a game like Phantom Pain, when you're running through the desert and it feels fucking
Right.
endless.
And that's, I mean, hence open world. When the open world feels
Yeah,
open, then suddenly it feels like an open world game. It's fucking bananas how that works. But
yeah. Uh, all hail PC Master Race. PC Master Race for President
yeah, they weren't
2016.
lying. We are better than you.
Make PC great again.
So, I don't. Did you ever play League of Legends? I don't think you did.
Nope,
Okay, so
I
it was
didn't.
like it's kind of an interesting history because Dota was the original MOBA, right? And it was well, somebody may have made one, or anyways, we don't have enough fans to worry about any backlash for saying that. So that was a Warcraft 3 mod map. League of Legends came out as an independent MOBA, and I doubt it was the first MOBA, but which is Massive Online Battle Arena for those that don't know. It was the first like big by itself MOBA that wasn't attached to anything else. And then the guy who made the original Dota was brought on to work on League of Legends. So since then, Riot is the name of the company. Riot has built its own internet because they have literal fuck you money, and they just do whatever the fuck they want, and they will reign supreme with microtransactions until the end of time. That'll be who we're voting for in 2020. Is fucking fake AI characters made by gaming companies that are dressed up in like just perma cosplay, and then they'll set the standard for just how people should dress, and then I digress. So League of Legends has at the beginning of the year there were 6 schools, but they were all private schools that had scholarships for League of Legends. And UC Irvine is the first public school to pick up a League of Legends scholarship. So what these motherfuckers are planning on doing, if you ever had the urge to open a fucking LAN center, now is the time to do it. Like, go find not an office space, but go find a space near a university and open up a cyber cafe, because these kids are going to need a place to practice. The college is opening up cyber cafes or a cyber cafe on the campus, and they're going to make just college esports. So it's going to be UC Irvine has a League of Legends team, and the University of Michigan is going to fly to fucking UC Irvine, and they're going to nerd out for a little while, and then the winner gets, I don't know, picked up to go pro.
That
That idea alone
that's
doesn't
the
work,
happiest that I have been all
it's
day.
fucking bananas,
That-
dude.
That's hilarious. The only reason why I find it funny is because I can't wait for the backlash of people going, "You can't give kids a scholarship for playing a game."
Yeah, well, hold.
Well,
What are you doing this Sunday? You fuck. I'm watching the sports ball.
'Cause-
Yeah, that's right.
that's been the argument forever. Is it's not real sports. Well, none of them are real.
Right. They're just
None of
sports.
them's real. It's just a game. It's just like a board game or a field game or a fucking video game. I love it. I love the idea.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, fuck yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Twitch can consume more viewers than like all of television combined, then why would you not?
It's people watching people play video games, much like I watch computers be badass.
People
when
watching
I have
people
a
play video games
computer.
is no fucking different than people watching people play football. It's no different whatsoever. It's the premise is identical.
Yeah.
The finer points are rearranged. I think the universe will collapse though as soon as there's a fucking Madden scholarship. Because as soon as there's a Madden scholarship and a football scholarship, we have just divided by 0, and that's it.
Black hole.
Yep, it's over.
It's gonna take that'll coexist until a kid gets both.
Oh my god.
Until they're like Scott Johnson from Little Rock,
Enter
Arkansas.
VR. Yeah, fuck, that's it. He. Oh my god.
Is both the best e-athlete and actual athlete. Suck it, nerds.
And then
he gets all the bitches and simultaneously none of the bitches.
Wow. That is so realistic. It's fucking disgusting. Especially with the Rift coming out like a couple days ago.
Week, right?
Yeah, I think it came out last week. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yep, that's a possibility.
$40 billion. $4 billion? $4 billion is the amount of money that the economist for Facebook has projected that Facebook will earn by 2020 on VR.
By 2020.
Yep. They believe it's going to just triple this guy, the guy that set forth when Facebook bought Oculus Rift, it's 4 or 6 billion is his projected gross Facebook earnings from VR come 2020.
I mean, what didn't they spend $9 billion on that? Didn't Facebook spend $9 billion to acquire the Rift or really? Oculus? I thought they did.
If it was $9 billion, that's insane. I didn't think it was that
real
high.
Fucking high. I apologize. I have to look this up because I want to say it was $9 billion. I got
$2 billion.
$2 billion?
$2 billion, yeah, for an acquisition deal. So hopefully he's right.
Double their
investment in 5 years, I think, because they purchased them last year or whatever.
Did you see
when it came out.
I totally forgot about this. I guess it would have been more applicable talking about it during the science section, but Tesla announced their Model 3.
Yeah, Tesla announced their Model 3, and their stock prices jumped a ton. It's a short spike, but there's more pre-orders for this thing than there has been any other model.
Did you see how much money they, like, if you take into account the price of the car, say everybody who deposited $1,000 is going to pay for the car, they made $7.5 billion worth of pre-orders on what first day? Melissa said there were people. I was in Colorado at the time. People were that were a fucking line of 4 blocks in line at Tesla that's one Tesla location here. There's a few.
That it's taken off. This isn't a fad anymore.
No. This
is electric car revolution. I want one. Brian got one from Fighter and the Kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just got it like last week or something, right?
Yeah, he posted a video up of them driving around in it. I want one.
They are super cool. I think they're rad, but I mean that Model 3 is only $35,000. I mean it's no Evo, but that's as much as an Evo is.
Right, that's the normal price of the car.
Yeah, it's not bananas anymore.
But it's not the model I want.
We want the S, or do you want the little Roadster?
The S. Wow.
That's all the noise it makes.
Insane mode. Yeah,
just the wind.
It makes the sound of baby seals being born and ice caps regrowing.
It's beautiful.
It's the noise it makes. It's just. I drove past another one with some asshole just sitting in there playing on his phone. I was like, you son of a bitch.
I haven't seen one yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Want your life.
Might start trading paint.
Chicago's got such a ton.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the first person to develop a virus.
Oh boy.
It's
Oh,
coming.
dude, no doubt. No doubt. There is that. Did you see that video? Of those that guy driving down the road in his Jeep Grand Cherokee, and then a couple of guys. It was all planned, hacked into it, and they were able to they could control everything in the car. They could adjust the setting of like the fans, turn the AC on and off, use the wiper blades, use the wiper fluid, change the screen to say whatever the fuck they wanted, turned on some dog shit music, turn the radio up real high, everything. Except maybe the seat controls you couldn't change, but they just turned off his control of the vehicle completely and then just steered him off to the shoulder of the road. Like he was hitting the brakes weren't doing anything, gas wasn't doing anything. It was just completely out of his control. This is a couple of years ago. And that wasn't even a self-driving car. That's just a car that's connected to the internet. Like, stand the fuck by, boys. Like, you're going to be just... That's what fucking 30-car pileups are going to be caused by these days. Or in the next couple of years.
Some kid that lives in a high-rise building next to an interstate
drives
and he
a
just
Tesla.
gets tired of the noise. They're just going to get tired of the noise. He's going to sit out his
Tired
window
of the
and just
noise?
the silent interstate. I used to be able to sleep when the
He
cars
just
were rushing
hates
by in the
baby
18-wheelers.
seals. That's the issue.
Just, it sounds like a cool breeze
Polar
outside.
bears killed my parents. Fuck you, Tesla. Smash.
Oh. Well, man, it was a wonderful, wonderful episode to be back
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I had a
Fuck
blast.
yeah,
I
man.
think we filled it up. Hour 42.
Nice. Yeah, it was good to talk to you again. That was pleasant.
Yeah, I mean, most people have probably stopped listening by now,
Without
right?
a doubt. Without a fucking doubt.
But we had to make up for lost time. We should be back on our normal schedule now, hopefully for quite a while. And yeah, keep tuning in. Keep logging onto the Facebook page. And for everybody that's waiting on your PlayStation 4 in the mail, it was a goddamn April Fool's
just keep
joke.
waiting. If you were waiting for a PlayStation 4, just keep waiting.
I was too tired after night shift, but I wanted to go to Best Buy and take a picture with a bunch of PlayStation 4s
Just like
and post
hey,
them up.
Can I just put a bunch of these in the cart just for a minute?
Yeah,
Fuck, that would have been good.
No, they can't stop me. They can't stop me from filling up a cart and then being like, "Oh, I left my wallet in the car," and then just leaving.
Dude, Mike and I went and picked up 3DSs the other day. So I'm now the proud owner of a new 3DS XL. Cause why not? Because I got a tax return, obviously. So that's when everybody runs out and just buys dumb shit. So I took it upon myself to run out and buy dumb shit.
There's a word for that. It's right at the tip of my tongue.
So I got that, and I got Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate because the name wasn't long enough already. And that's been fun. Matt, Mike, and I have been playing over Wi-Fi, and you can just play together over the internet and run around and, hunt monsters. So it's pretty cool, and obviously I'm just...
It's like a knockoff Pokemon, isn't it?
No, it's not. You don't catch anything.
Is it not?
It's not like turn-based or anything like that. It's like a colorful Korean version of Dark Souls, even though Dark Souls is Korean, so that doesn't really work. But
Like a cartoony version.
yeah, it's like it's not cartoony, but it's just like it's more like you look at it and it's like, oh, that's a Korean game. It just has that art style to it, and you're chasing down like these goofy monkeys that are like orange and yellow that are flipping around. Like the main monster fights take like 10 minutes to accomplish, and it scales in difficulty when you have like the more players you have on there. So playing, like, now that we're geared to play and we're used to playing with 3 players, playing solo is you just run in and just like meh, and everything fucking dies. But it's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun. And yeah, Pokemon's coming out soon, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I'm done. Just had to get that in there.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it's been fun, and we will see you next week.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Bye.